very unusual recipe. As you know, France is known for lavender. I always keep a little lavender by the bed. In case I can't sleep, I kind of give it a little smell. Nice little lavender piece of flour. But we're going to actually cook with it. Now, you can make chicken dishes using lavender, especially like a lemon and lavender, I think I've seen. That'll be in the summer. I might do some grilling with lavender. This one is going to be a peach and lavender smoothie. Anytime you're in your Vitamix or in your blender, it's best if you put the liquid in first. I'm going to put in 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk. Now this works best if you're going to serve it immediately to have frozen. I'm going to serve it tomorrow. So 1 cup of your favorite peaches, just plain peaches sliced up. And we're going to put just a pinch, just a small amount of the lavender because it is very strong. And then 1 scoop of your favorite vanilla protein powder. Okay, and I'm just going to blend this up. Remember, with the lavender, you want it to just add like a background noise. You want it to be where you mostly taste the vanilla and the peach, and there's just a hint of, you can't quite make out what that is. So let's go ahead and blend it. Oh wow. Oh my gosh, it smells floral, but you smell the peach and the vanilla. Oh my gosh, the fragrance is really nice on this. Love the color. Now that's a beautiful smoothie. Lunch today in Paris is going to be a classic with a twist. Tuna salad niçoise. Now I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's a classic dish where it's got tuna. And this is going to be for 2. I'm making this for me and my husband. This is going to be our lunch. 1 can of your favorite tuna. And I always kind of drain all the junk that's in the container. 1 cup of canned and rinsed green beans. And this would be the first step if you don't have any roasted potatoes. Just a cup. You could even do it in the microwave. Maybe roast it for about 5-10 minutes in the microwave until it's soft. But I just took 1 cup of just a small white potato, and I've cut that up. You want it in bite sizes because this is going to be a sandwich. 1 cup of egg white. Now I just cooked this and kind of chopped it up in the microwave. Cooked it right in this little microwave container. And by the way, I actually cook the egg with, I love Trader Joe's seasonings. This is everything but the elote. You could also use everything but the bagel, everything bagel seasoning, whatever your favorite seasoning for the egg. It tends to be a little bland. And we are also going to use about 10 jumbo olives. Now, normally, from what I have seen, again, I've never been to France, but I've made this recipe before without making it into a sandwich. It's usually served as a platter. And the last ingredient is, now I've added a little water to this. This is a Dijon mustard. It was almost empty. So normally if you have like just regular Dijon mustard, add a little bit of water. I'm going to probably use about 2 teaspoons and probably 2 teaspoons of water. You don't want it too runny and soggy. You want to maintain the crispness of the rest of the ingredients. But I'm just going to go ahead and drizzle in the Dijon. And then you'll want to just add some salt and pepper. And I'm serving this on 35 calorie toasted. I recommend if you're going to serve this at a later date, maybe separate this and then put it last minute so the bread doesn't get too soggy. But that is it. Tuna salad Niçoise. I am so excited about tonight's dinner. I have the oven preheated to 375. Tonight we are making a healthier version of chicken cordon bleu. What you're going to need is whatever your favorite thin sliced cheese. I'm using a mild cheddar. Again, thin sliced. I found one that has 45 calories a slice. Each piece of chicken, you want to use lean, skinless, boneless chicken breast. You could use thighs. You just have to pound them out. Get yourself a mallet, or if you don't have a meat tenderizer, just use a rolling pin. I just found this. I didn't even know I had it, but I've been using a rolling pin for some of my other recipes. And then you could either use ham, a lean cut of ham. You could use, what's it called? Prosciutto. You could use the Italian ham, prosciutto. I am going to just use, I had some Canadian bacon left over from breakfast. So we're going to put one slice of Canadian bacon, one slice of cheese, and we're going to use panko crumbs. I am so excited about this. And now one thing I found when I'm cooking with panko as a crust, you could also use breadcrumbs if you'd like. One thing that I found, don't flip them. Unless you're using like a really thick egg yolk, or you have some, unless you know how to keep the breadcrumbs on there. When I flipped them, I noticed that the breadcrumbs kind of come off sometimes, and there was no need to flip it. So just keep that in mind, and comment below if you know a way to keep the breadcrumbs on and flip chicken or fish when you're cooking it like that. Just let me know. I'd love to know. The first thing I do, I start off with wax paper. And this is a trick that I learned from Chef Jamie Oliver in the UK. Shout out. So I have these chicken breasts, just regular, lean. I've cut all the fat off. And you could do probably 2 at a time. So we're going to take these and then fold this over, and you're going to try to make them even. Yeah, that looks really good. So we've just made it almost double in size, because what we're going to do is actually put the cheese and the ham inside of this. So let's go ahead and get that done with both of these. Again, Canadian bacon, just 1 slice on each one. And 1 slice of the thin cheddar cheese. Colby would be good with this. Mozzarella would be just fine. You want to just kind of make sure it's not too thick, because you're going to be folding it over. Okay, so once you have 1 slice of Canadian bacon, 1 slice of cheese, I'm also going to use just a pinch of rosemary. And if you have lemon zest, a pinch of lemon zest. And then I'm just going to fold it over and try to tuck in any of the cheese. If not, it'll just melt right on your pan. Okay, and then the second step to this is I'm going to dip it in just regular egg whites, and then I'm going to dip it in panko. and then what you're going to want to do is put it on a lined baking sheet. Okay, so I made about 10 breasts because I can actually freeze them after I bake them. And then one thing to note too, you'll want to have some Dijon mustard, or you could use honey mustard, but Dijon mustard will kind of go along with the ham and the cheese. And I'm just going to drizzle it on each one when it's done. So into the oven, 375. Probably going to bake, even though we pounded them out, we doubled the size. We kind of folded them over. So they're probably going to cook for anywhere from 35 minutes to 45. And the chicken cordon bleu is finished. It cooked for about 35 minutes. It was probably done before that, but I wanted to make sure that it was cooked because they are kind of thick. Here's what they look like. Fresh out of the oven, you can see some of the ooey gooey cheese has came out. And I had one sad one that was a really little chicken breast, so it's still edible. So here's my suggestions for pairing. And by the way, this is what you want to see in the middle. See how you can see the layers of cheese and the Canadian bacon, or ham if you use ham. So this is my husband's. I paired his. I paired his with roasted potatoes, and I put everything but the bagel seasoning. And mine is paired with roast asparagus. Now, one thing that you might want to do, kind of makes it look pretty, and it also is, helps with nutrients and display, is I use a little bit of coleslaw. It's just a organic coleslaw mix, and it zhuzhes up the plate. Now, one thing that they do in France, at least from what I've seen online, they will top this with like a butter and Dijon mustard mixture. I'm just going to do the organic Dijon mustard. I'm just going to put a little light drizzle. Ooh, or a big drizzle. Yeah, just give it a little added flavor. That will be a wrap. I've taken you to Paris, best that I can, with still keeping it healthy. So I hope that you've been inspired to travel abroad somewhere without leaving your kitchen, so that when we have the opportunity to travel, we'll at least know what they're talking about a little bit more when they tell us what's on the menu. So thank you for watching. Take care of each other, take care of yourself, and I'll see you next week. Have a great week.